Please be ready for a dictation of transcription number 190 from Sir Kailash Chandra magazine. 5 seconds. Start. Mr. Chairman, the Finance Minister referred in March last to the difficulty of obtaining the foreign exchange required for the second 5-year plan. He referred to it again in May last, but he said that whatever the difficulties might be, he believed that sufficient resources would be available for the hard core of the plan. In other words, he thought that certain projects which were included in the phrase hard core of the plan could be carried through, while certain other schemes or projects might have to be left out. His last statement on this subject was made a few days ago in another place. The word that is favored now by the government with regard to the plan is refacing. The Planning Commission and the government are now engaged in refacing the plan. The Finance Minister, while referring to this, said that whatever the people spoke of the refacing of the plan or of the allocation or reallocation of priorities, it meant that a little pruning was implicit in the re-examination of the plan. Now, sir, we should like to know what exactly this refacing means. The Planning Commission may not have finished its examination of the question, but I think we can be usefully told on what principles the government are proceeding and what is the extent to which a reduction is likely to be made in the cost of the plan. I read a few days ago, sir, in a daily that it was being considered whether the fertilizer projects might be cut out of the plan. Now the Finance Minister has told us that what constitutes the hard core of the plan is the production of steel, mining, transport and power. Now is the production of food essential for carrying out of the plan or not? Is it included in the hard core of the plan, or has it been given a lower priority than steel and other things? It is very important for us to have this information because we can form our judgments with regard to the refacing of the plan in connection with the measures that are to be placed before this House very soon, only when we know what the ideas of government on this subject are. It may not be possible for the Honorable Finance Minister to state what the exact extent of the reduction in expenditure will be. At one time, sir, we were told that all the schemes in the plan stood or failed together. If greater industrialization was needed, it was necessary that more food should be produced, that education should be spread so that people who can understand the latest technological processes might be available, and so on. It is this that makes it necessary for us to ask how the ideas of the government on this subject have changed and what, broadly speaking, they propose to do now in view of the shortage of foreign exchange and the danger of having recourse to deficit financing to a large extent. Sir, I referred a minute ago to the importance of increasing food production. Now, several measures have been taken by Parliament and by government to make more food available to the people. The Essential Commodities Act was amended last year in order to give government the power to requisition stocks believed to be hoarded by grain dealers. Then it was announced that India was being divided into a number of zones because it was believed that restrictions on the free movement of food grains would bring down their prices and consequently lessen the temptation to hoard. Then, sir, in addition to this, the Reserve Bank asked the scheduled banks to reduce the advances made by them for the purchase of food grains because it was believed that the bank advances were being used in order to buy more and more food grains and hoard them. As a result of these measures, the food minister could say 3 or 4 weeks ago that the rise in food prices had already been checked. Stop.